My name is Jonas Böhlmark, and I come in from Sweden. And I am now 35 years, and I was starting this adventure. I was 31, so I've been out for a long, long, long time. Yeah, I have not just stand-up paddling. I've been out for 3 years and 3 months, I think. We were starting in North Norway, but we were starting to running. So it was me and my best friend. We was running to from Lyngenfjorden to Treriksröset. And from Treriksröset is a little lake. So there we have paddling stand-up paddleboard, river, and also sitting on the board, of course, to the top of from the top of Sweden to the bottom of the Baltic Sea. And from there, I have been alone. So my best friend was going home to his girlfriend and work, and I was continuing to running. So I have run 25 marathons around Finland, and then I have bike around North Europe. And when I was coming to Copenhagen, I was decided to not bike anymore. So I was taking the train to Malmö, and from Malmö I have run 20 marathons to Mora, and from Mora I have skied two months in wintertime up to Kiruna, and from Kiruna I have run the south of Lofoten, Narvik, and from Narvik I'm paddling 2.5 years, and that I think we're gonna talk about today.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big difference. The only experience I have before was when I was paddling over Baltic Sea between Stockholm and Finland, but I had a follow boat, and you don't can compare to paddling like open water with follow boat or without follow boat. So of course, yeah, this is my first experience of open sea water. Yeah, I have been in the every countries have a different challenge, and from the beginning I was nothing about the tides and the current and the wind, and it was very difficult to learn. Uh, and the fjords in Norway is amazing, but for like a Swedish guy that have never seen the tide, it was quite amazing how the water was just disappeared and come back. And I remember it was a person I was talking to in Norway that he was saying you're gonna die after 3 days. And I was calling in when I was coming to Gothenburg, and he's saying it's amazing that you have survived because it's the sea can be dangerous. Um, when I was paddling in Norway, I'm really lucky with the weather. It was not big waves, and also when you're paddling in Norway, you have the opportunity to hide between big islands and fjords. So it's not so much open waters that you can think. So if you're looking at the map of Norway, you can see that it's many places you can hide between big islands. Um, so I can recommend everybody that want to do a small trip, go to Norway and have a nice paddle journey. Sweden, it was really difficult because I was coming into the winter season, and I sleeping outdoor every single night, and sleeping outdoor when it's like 15, 20 minutes degrees, it's horrible. And then it's good to have good equipment. Um, so that had been a challenge to like sleeping outdoor, have everything dry. So a good dry bag is to really recommend if you want to be winter paddling. One part of my project is was to sleeping outdoor every single night. I have almost slept outdoor every night for 3 years. Not every night, but almost. And then I've been in Denmark. Denmark is a beautiful country, but I was cheating to go on the east side. That means I was paddling Helsingør, Helsingborg to Helsingør to Copenhagen, and was paddling to Flensburg. And from Flensburg, I was running with the board from Flensburg to the German Sea. So it was not so big waves because I was on the east side, not the west side. That's the first time I have been on the east side on the trip and big channels. But beautiful people in Denmark. Yeah, and then I have paddling in Germany. Germany, should I say, the most difficult on the whole this trip. It sounds so easy, and the step between like from Denmark to Netherlands is not so big on the map, but the sea every day is disappearing because of the high and low tide, and that was the most like difficult because I maybe was coming 5-10 kilometers every day because it was no water to paddling. So you need to, and when the water is gone, you must go with the board 1 kilometers into the land with all the bags, and that was the most difficult on this trip. It's not sounding so extreme like German Waddensee, but it's really dangerous to be stuck there in all the mud when the water is coming. And also you have the big harbors to cross in Germany, like Elbe, Cuxhaven. Yeah. And then I also have paddling in Netherlands. Netherlands is a big stand-up paddle community, but I have not met the most of the people paddling in channels, and I have just paddling in the ocean. So the only part I have running with the board is between Denmark and Germany, the channel with Flensburg. So I have not met so many people in the water in Netherlands, but many people on the land because it's a big community of paddle boarders in Netherlands. So if you want to go to Netherlands and like trying paddleboarding, it's amazing country and amazing atmosphere for paddleboarders. I was paddling also the islands in Netherlands. It's also really tricky to find the right current and paddle over and over. And that was the first time I really was needed to learn my clock to check the tides and when the right current goes. And then I've been in Belgium. It's not so much to discuss. It's 70 kilometers, and it was going on 2 days. And the country I have been longest in is France. And it's actually really, it's just, like the ocean. The ocean has so many books and it's so much to learn. And in France, it was a new chapter when it are like rivers in the sea. When the current is so strong that it creates rivers, and many people, many people have died in those rivers, and it's you you need really to take it easy and know what you're doing when you're paddling in those, and have look at the clock and yeah. So I have paddling Cherbourg, for example, and some Pontera. So I'm paddling everywhere, but that was something new for me that are born in Sweden to see rivers in the ocean. It was something you don't want to see with when you are on a stand-up paddleboard. South of France, when we talk about like west south of France, then the waves coming. And if you see on my Instagram, it's really big waves, and that was also a new thing because I'm not a surfer, but I have learning by doing to go out, and big waves, and you need to learn, study, and you can have too many mistakes, because if you get the board in the head, you coming to go to the hospital. Yeah, so I guess I have had luck many times to fix those. And when you're coming to North Spain, they also have rocks and big waves, and it gets also more difficult, but also maybe more easy to go into the land, because then you can go in on the place that as well is less. You have almost one side of the beach that the waves is not so big, so it's more easy, but it's also much more dangerous when it's rocks that you can hit by rocks. So Spain was North Spain is probably the most dangerous part of paddling, much more dangerous than Portugal, because of it's just rocks. You can paddling 15, 20 kilometers, and you can go in almost anywhere. And also the sun is strong. Like they have, it's better climate in Denmark than it are in Sweden, but in Spain, people dying because it's so heat, and you're standing. I am standing on the board. I'm not sitting down. I'm standing all the time. So that has been quite horrible. And then I have paddling Portugal. Portugal, I have never seen so big waves in all my life. But yeah, it have been big waves. But I should say North Spain was more scary, because it was just rocks. You don't know where you're gonna go in. And thousands of tourists in Portugal, and everywhere. But that was a short summary, and then I was paddling round to Spain and then to Gibraltar. So the south side was not. It was beautiful, but not so scary. Yeah, I have sleeping out. I have sleeping outdoor on the beach and outdoor for all this trip, and nothing have almost been stolen, and I have just met nice people. So people have not been the problem. People have saved me all this um, journey on land, but I have nobody to call when I are on the ocean. So I've done the ocean trip by myself. But I have been sick 2 times on this journey. So I have 2 operations on hospital. A kyst, that have been really 2 long stops. One time I was staying in France for over 2 months, wait for the operation, and one time I had 2 weeks in Spain to do almost the same operation in Spain. But except from that, it has not been like big. I have not have big problems. I have almost keep on going all the time, and but the only reason I have could keep on going is just that I meet like nice people everywhere that have been friendly on all over Europe, and that's the only reason I could keep on going so good. It's it's impossible to say. It's like I have been out for over 3 years, but and almost every day I have meet nice people. But uh, on the ocean, it's like it's different challenge every single day. And now I paddling Mediterranean, and I think that's the hardest thing for me is now it's no challenge. I need you need to make it more and more difficult, and the Mediterranean is a lake comparing to Atlantic. But yeah, but it's so many it's so many stories about the ocean, so you need to look on the Instagram. No, but I want to go home now, but I have not had the feeling to give up. Now is the first time I really feeling I want to have the opportunity to quit. I think, but I have really loved this lifestyle for 3 years. But someday I want to come home. Yeah, exactly. I've been out for 3 years and 3 months with different adventure now, and I'm starting to maybe want to do something else. So now I'm paddling from Gibraltar to in Mediterranean to France. And from France, I don't coming to paddling, so I coming to run in the winter time Pyrenees, 1.5 months in the mountains, 2,000, 3,000 meters mountains to Biarritz. And in Biarritz, I gonna decide if I gonna paddle back to Norway or if I gonna maybe stay with my girlfriend in Biarritz. So I have not decided yet what I'm gonna do, but 4 months to Biarritz and then we see what's happening. I can paddle 40 kilometers max, but I'm trying to paddle like 20. I'm paddling like 4 kilometers an hour, so I'm trying to paddle 5 hours. I can paddling more, but if I paddling more, I coming to get sick. If I paddling like if you're paddling in that tempo every day, you shouldn't paddling 8 hours. You should do less. Yeah, I had done adventure that's maybe not normal, so I have not planned. I planning day by day, day by day. And tonight it was a stand-up paddle club. Uh, that was saying I can sleep in their place. Good question. I I prefer when I'm sleeping alone than I want to sleeping long away from people. To have like the adventure feeling, but it's also nice to meet people, take a coffee, because if you are so lonely like I am, you must meet people. It's really important, but I also like when I don't meet people for 3 days and then you meet up people, then you really appreciate them. I it's quite easy now because it's a food store every 20 kilometers in whole Europe except in Norway. Actually, in Denmark it was quite tricky to find food stores on this if you're going on the east side, I should say, like Langeland. It can be quite tricky, but normally on the whole journey it's been really easy to find food stores. Yeah, I had no, I don't have hot meals every day, but I had in like Denmark, I had a kitchen with me. I was throwing I was throwing away my kitchen in France because it's cheaper to go on the store than cooking food. Yeah, actually not, but I'm trying to hold this journey. I drink about 3 liter milk every day, and now I'm trying to drink less because I have to get some. I don't know if it's from the milk, but I get like inflammation. So I have two operations on the journey, but um, protein costs a lot of money, and milk is a quite cheap thing. And I don't know if it's the milk that I get the inflammation of, or if it's bad sleeping, or if it's that I have trained like 5, 8 hours every day for 3 years. So it can be a combination, but except from this, I had have no problem for my body for 3 years, and that's quite amazing. The first 2 years of the adventure has been really shitty food. It's been food for so cheap food as possible because I have no sponsors. But now I have been more have more awareness that I'm trying to eat more fruits, much fruit. Good food costs money, but I have no money to be sick anymore, so I must I must eat. I eat everything, but if I can, I eat more vegetables and fruit. I had 2 bags, but now one bag have been stolen, so now I have just a plastic bag in the front. That's two bags, and I have just sleeping equipment. Sleeping equipment is the only thing I have actually, and some. I don't even have underwear. I have no shoes. I have nothing. I have one shirt. One more shirt I have. That's everything, and one jacket. No, it's just normal clothes. I have no sponsor tools. Everything is quite cheap. I have also like shoes it by myself. I probably now can have many sponsors, small sponsor of different brand, but I think for like spiritual reasons, I think it's quite cool that I have say no to everything. Yeah, I have a life jacket. I have a tarp if it's raining. The madras is like a big madras for 4.5 kilo. So I have in the yellow bag I have almost anything. I have my medication for my bipolar disorder. So I don't even have pants. I have no pants yet. I maybe should have one. It's like winter time. That's in Denmark I had a tent, but the thing is now the madras is 4.5 kilo. It's like a big. I have never slept so good on the whole adventure, and normally it's never raining. It's almost never raining in the Mediterranean. So now I can have a madras, and before I had like a small madras, and then I could have a tent I could have different, but I must calculate how heavy the board. So if I have 4.5 kilo, I must throw away 4.5 kilo. I had a wetsuit in Sweden when it was 20 minus degrees, and I had a dry suit in Denmark when it's in the winter time. I should say can be quite dangerous because it was getting broken, and then it can come in water, and it's really dangerous. So you should maybe have a wetsuit. It's good when it's working, but not when you're going up in the forest and it can be broken. Then it can be more dangerous. So I have not had the wetsuit so much. It's really difficult when you're doing outdoor camping, when you're gonna do the toilet thing with a wetsuit. So, and also when you're going up in the morning, it's everything you're doing in the morning takes so much effort. So to put on a wetsuit can take 30-40 minutes in the morning, and that takes lots of time and energy. Yeah, it's cold now. I have it's of course, but it's huge difference between Spain and Denmark and Norway. You don't can compare. It was horrible cold, and I don't want to do it again. Sweden winter time. It was the most. It was maybe for me the only thing could make that part. It was a competition. I'm gonna flip outdoor. Nobody. I don't know how I could do it, but I did it somewhere. But it's not healthy. It's many repairings. So I have get help to repair it, and I also have repaired it by my self. So it was full carbon from the beginning, and now it's a mix of everything. So it's many repairings on the board. So I have repaired it. The most repaired board in the world, probably. In Portugal, I was staying 4 days, 5 days on the same place. That was the longest time. Some days I have resting days, but I have been really good at paddling now. I don't can paddle, of course, when the wind is against me because I'm standing up when it's super much wind we're talking about. And in the beginning, I was resting more of when it was bad weather. But I can go out. When you're looking at my Instagram, I can go out in quite rough conditions. But it's just stupid to paddle when the wind is against. I should say with or without bipolar, everybody should be enjoying this life really good. If they didn't have the stress about the economy and also was getting help with the medication, and maybe don't sleeping out or every night. But I think this lifestyle is really good for the mentally to be like 5, 6, 7 hours without phone on the ocean. I think that is really good meditation for many people, and good physical activity, and get sunshine. amazing, and I have the opportunity that my parents coming down from Sweden every second, third month with my medication. So without them, I couldn't do this trip. So I should say more. I should say open more thanks to them that they helped me to do this trip. And yeah, so if I'm gonna summarize this answer, it's like it's really good for the mental health, except stress about economy, like 20 euros every day is not much. So you need to, like, if you have eating better, of course, but I should say I'm really feeling good with it, and I'm happy that I don't living in Denmark now.